The court, being duly advised, finds the defendant is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury or death.
Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge has basically taken away their defense?
Am I the only person in the world talking about attacking the timeline,
Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge has basically taken away their defense?
Like, am I in crazy?
Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Talking about attacking the timeline.
What's the strategy today? Winning.
Whose motherfucking hair is that?
What's the strategy today? Winning.
The consensus has been challenge the timeline of the murders. Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Are we in crazy world? Hey, everybody. Can you hear me? I am on time-ish. Wannabe bodybuilder says, am I going to be able to see this one today, or is Angie going to be late again? Sorry. Roxanne wins. I'm here, but I'll be back in 75 minutes. All right. Judy, Northern Johnson. Read this new document from the defense and look forward to you going over it with us. Prayers are with Rick, Kathy, and the family. It's going to be a long day in court tomorrow. Boat show. Woman doing Walla Holla. YouTube, don't do a censorship unto me. Judge Jessica, you know she's on Ange time. Rick says, oh, yay. Hey, Rick. I'm going to be late, too. I have electricity people coming to my house. I hope they won't M-word me. I'm not back. I've been M-worded, and it was nice knowing y'all. Okay, well, check back in with us. If we don't hear from you in an hour, we're going to come looking for you. Kathy is not going to the sentencing tomorrow, and Bob Mata is not going either. Okay, we can talk about that. Free Ricky. Hi, babies. KO. Andrea just said something super depressing on X. Please share. Let's fucking go. Ellen Victoria Olson, no. Hello, awesome people. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Lindsay. Mary Goff. I don't think Rick should show up if that's legally doable. I agree with you. I don't know if it's legally doable or not, but I do agree with you. Hit that like. Check your settings. Make sure you're not in top chat. Hi, Source. Baby, because why are they doing a press conference tomorrow? We're going to talk about that too. Prayers for the right outcome and healing. Brad Walker, I think she's right. The sooner they get past sentencing, the sooner the real work begins, for sure. She said if they, oh my God. She said if they went on appeal, it goes back to Gull. Yes. That's for motion for new trial. A new trial would go back to Gull. There are like avenues that Gull could obviously not be a psycho and not, and recuse herself, but she would never. But yeah, if they get a motion to have a new trial, technically it would bounce back to Gull, but there's ways around that. None of them will work, but love the bootlickers who claim the Franks was a publicity stunt. But we have law enforcement pressers before, during, and after arrests and trials of Rick where they can say whatever they please. Why is there no oversight of Gull? Hi, Samantha. Great question. Hi, Keith. Hi, Post-Punk. Hey, y'all. Braun. Hey, people. welcome. Hello, JC, the music man. Hi, Regina. Good to see you. Joanne, trying to set up my Christmas village where the cats won't eat things. Never fear, mascot is here watching you. Hi, Stephen Angel. Hello, Hot Pocket. There will be a path based on the rules. There will be a huge push against it, or she'll recuse. Andrea's not going. Understandable. I don't think anyone should go, to be honest. Hi, Sarah. Don't cry, Sarah. You can cry if you need to. We're here for you. Hi, Donnie. Press conference is to continue their narrative to the public tomorrow. It's interesting. They're going to do the press conference not in a court of law. Interesting. So they're not going to perjure themselves then. That's smart. Ricky needs someone there for him. Bob isn't going. Andrea isn't going. Kathy isn't going. Boycotting the fucking thing. Hi, Michelle Abbott. Indy Cindy. Hello, my love. Oh, you caught alive. Indy Cindy, good to see you. Angels, everybody's favorite. Steve says, I feel like I should go tomorrow. Dr. Vonda, hello. Wannabe bodybuilder, hello from Delphi. Who's doing the press conference? ISP. Donnie's not going. Solidarity, no one fucking go. Fuck this thing. So, welcome everybody. We're going to go over the sentencing memo that was filed today by Rick Allen's defense team. I went through it. I broke it out. I broke it down. I probably didn't need to because it's pretty straightforward. Hi, Kira. At first, I was disappointed that I don't know any of our friends going, but what's the point? It'll be, here's your 130 years. Now listen to the family trash you. Oh, good. Jessica's alive. She did not get M-worded. We're so glad. We are so glad. Hi, Joanna. Good morning. I'm going to go heckle Holman, says wannabe bodybuilder. Yeah. So let's do it, shall we? It's interesting. Gull has scheduled this sentencing hearing tomorrow in the Carroll Circuit Court all day. Did someone say the M word? Hi, Jerry Rocks. Hello, Jay. Does anyone know how Teresa of Criminality is doing? I've not heard from T. I haven't heard anything's wrong, but I also haven't heard from T in a while. So I hope she's okay. If anyone's heard differently. Hi, Angela Boone. Just in time. Just in time. Let's see if Holman bing-bonged me again today. Well, first, let's do this. So I'm in the mood to heckle, you know? Feel like doing a heckle from time to time. So Barbara McDonald tweeted I don't know where she got this, but I'm assuming it was emailed. If anyone saw it published anywhere publicly, let us know. But Barbara did tweet this little announcement from ISP, I believe. We're going to look at it together. Going to rage about it. They really are unbelievable, huh? So, what is going on over here? Okay. Delphi investigation, post-sentencing press conference, location, Wabash and Erie Canal Conference and Interpretive Center. Address, time, approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of the sentencing hearing, which is on December 20th, 2024. So they're going to book it over after the sentencing hearing to the Wabash Erie Canal Interpretive Center in Delphi. That is where they had the that is where they had the 2019 New Direction press conference. I've just unveiled the face of the man. I hate them too, Sarah. Who? Representatives from the prosecutor's office, Indiana State Police, Carroll County Sheriff's Department, and the victims' families will be speaking. Please email Jeremy Piers, big ol' cowboy hat, Jeremy Piers, to inform us if your network plans to attend. While this is not required, it'll help us better prepare for the number of attendees. State police representatives will be available at the location listed above for setup on Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that's where Richard Allen will take his plea deal. TV. So that's interesting. I think it's interesting that they're having a press conference after. I imagine then, what, will the victims' families not be doing victim impact statements or what? Are they going to be doing victim impact statements during the sentencing and then they're also going to go and do a press conference as they do? Or what? Yeah, this is what I think too. Fucking email. Show up and let them know we're here. Yeah, I'm not going to RSVP. Why? They're so creepy and weird. Should I email them? Let them know I'm going to be there? What do you think would happen? Hey, Jeremy. Hey, big hat Jeremy. Jeremy, who filmed the Anthony Schatz announcement in front of his ISP bedsheet at 10 o'clock at night that one time. That was adorable. Adorable. We also have a new document just filed right now. Let's go over this first, because it's really short and it literally just happened. Sound good? This is something we talked about the other day with Travis, actually, if anyone remembers. We have a motion to preserve evidence filed. Email them and say, suck my ass. Just have DB send them a Latrell shirt. Right now. Indeed. How's your day going? My day's going good. I worked, and then I ate a lunch, and I did a walk. I did a yap, and now I'm here. With all of you people. With all of you fine folks. It's going to take place outside across the street. It's weird that they tell us one thing and then they like do another, you know? They're so weird. We're just going to look at page 1 because it's just one page. And if you don't follow my wonderful, brilliant across the pond friend Matt, go follow him. He is awesome about posting documents for high profile cases, trial stuff. He has a YouTube channel. He does trial coverage. Go follow him. That's him. Oops. Without further ado, could I move any slower? Mother, why isn't this working? All right, well, I fucked that up. 2 seconds, y'all. Why am I like this? That's where they're going to announce the charges against all of us. What's DB going to be charged with, y'all? Let's take bets. Let's do a wager. It's my Rams, I know. I would put a sign out for Rick at my store, but I don't think my owner would like it. Damn. It's funny, DB. Okay, now I'm getting really annoyed. Urgh. We're doing a shortcut. hope I am Ricky's bunkmate. Illegal use of cribbin. Shorting me on protein at Chipotle 4 accounts, including terrorism because I am in New York and I just feel like it. Fair enough. Yeah, how about that terrorism charge, huh? Terrorism because the public got mad at us and because it terrorized us personally. As it did. Did anyone watch the Luigi presser? I think it's going on right now, or it's going to go on soon. Any chance people moving to Blue Sky? I left Twitter. Oh, I mean, I could, but I don't know. I like Twitter minus the censorship and the finally. Okay, here we go. Motion. Defendant's motion to preserve evidence. Filed today. Defendant Richard Allen by counsel Andrew Baldwin respectfully requests that this court 1. Order the state, including any law enforcement agency holding evidence in the above captioned cause, to preserve all evidence for possible future testing, inspection, or admission at the hearing. This request is being made pursuant to the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution and Article 1, Section 12 of the Indiana Constitution. Number 2, preserve all documents. Jesus, Angela. Number 2, preserve all documents related to the jury veneer in this cause, including but not limited to the unredacted versions of the juror questionnaires. This request is being made pursuant to Indiana Jury Rule 10, which excludes jury questionnaires from being publicly accessible but contains no limitation on the party's right to obtain juror information. Interesting. Bold and underlined. How about that? Don't lose any more shit, you slimy bastards. Hey, Digital, Luttrell files to have his prosecutorial immunity restored. Okay, Luttrell. Luigi had court at 2. Thank you, Steve. You did a Blue Sky. I don't even know what Blue Sky is. You want to really fuck with people you don't leave, you stay. Giggle, giggle. Yeah. I'm not fucking leaving. Don't delete the unidentified male DNA all over the victims. Do we really think they haven't already lost some evidence? I believe they have. Let's do it, y'all. I'm on the Blue Sky, but really bad at the updates. Oh. Hi, Roxanne. Roxanne is here, y'all. All right, here we go. Sentencing memorandum. Filed today. Comes now defendant Richard Allen by and through counsel Andrew Baldwin, Brad Rosie, and Jennifer Auger, and in anticipation of the sentencing hearing on December 20th, 2024, and the above referenced cause number, respectfully request this court to fashion an appropriate sentence in recognition of the foregoing memorandum. Number 1, Richard Allen maintains his innocence and is hopeful that the appellate process will provide him with an opportunity to present a full defense at a second trial. For this reason, Richard Allen's defense counsel advised Richard Allen not to participate in providing information for the pre-sentence investigation, or PSI. Interesting. For this reason, Richard's defense counsel advised him not to participate in providing information for the pre-sentence investigation report to the Allen County Probation Department, as defense counsel assessed that there was no value in Richard Allen continuing to talk to state actors. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. All right. This footnote's interesting. It should be noted, for the record. What is going on here? It should be noted for the record that this court hand-selected the Allen County Probation Department to conduct the pre-sentence investigation and interact with Richard Allen without any input from the defense, nor any explanation as to why the Carroll County Probation Department could not conduct the PSI. Additionally, Carroll County local rule provides a methodology for selecting a special probation department appointment, should a good reason exist. Would be appointing a probation office from a contiguous county to conduct the PSI. So, sua sponte, Madam Sua Sponte, that's her name. Don't wear it out. Some Culture Doo-Doo had in another chat. Amazing. Hey, Ems and Krebin. Footnote. Yeah, it's a fire footnote. So why did this Madam Sua Sponte hand select the Allen County Probation Department to conduct the pre-sentence investigation when that's not the appropriate procedure? That doesn't sound like her. Is she okay? That's so out of character for Madam Sua Sponte Gall. Weird. Weird. Throughout this case, Richard Allen has brought to the court's attention that he was detained in solitary confinement without due process. This constitutional violation by the state was then exacerbated by the assignment of staff psychologist contracted by the Indiana Department of Correction, who, while having a deep personal interest in the case, engaged in confidential discussions with Mr. Allen about the details of the acts for which he was accused. In total, Mr. Allen was housed in 4 different jails or prisons during his detention without any input from himself or appointed counsel. During this time, Mr. Allen was exposed to staff, law enforcement officials, and offenders, all of whom have reported circumstances which negatively impacted his defense. As a result of these constitutional violations, oh my God, look at all of my highlights. This is excessive, Angela. As a result of these constitutional violations, Richard Allen's defense team believes it has an obligation to protect him from the prospect of any further inappropriate contacts with state actors, aka don't talk to the police. He ain't talking to y'all. He ain't got nothing to say to y'all. Absolutely not. Hell fucking no. Additionally, Richard Allen is 52 years old. He is facing 45 to 130 years of imprisonment. In the unlikely scenario that under the rule, this court would sentence Richard Allen to the mandatory minimum sentence and run the counts concurrently, not going to happen. On his best day, Richard Allen would receive a 45-year mandatory prison sentence. With good time credit, this would amount to 33.75 actual years in prison. This means that Richard, on his best day at sentencing, would be released from prison at 85 years of age. And that's just if he gets the minimum, which will never happen. Marianne's exactly right when I was saying she hand-selected the Allen County Probation Department because those are her friends, her pals, her buddies. Hashtag leave Ricky alone. You know that little TikTok or whatever clip of that kid who's like, Scram! She doesn't want to talk to you. Leave her alone. Scram! Get out of here. Can you remake the Leave Britney Alone meme, please? Hi, Blind Hog. Searching for Acorn. Steve says she's going to throw the book at him. 100%, Steve. Hi, Heather Brown. Welcome. You know what I mean? I gotta find it. I'm going to add it to our video repository along with a planet. What? A planet? The practical reality is that unless this matter is reversed and retired, Richard Allen is likely facing the rest of his life in prison. Even on his best day at sentencing, Richard Allen will be 85 years old upon his release. Not great. With these facts in mind, the defense advised Richard Allen to not participate in the pre-sentence process. Again, his continued interaction with state actors does not make sense, considering that a second trial may occur, which would allow him to present a full defense. Additionally, Richard will be serving this lengthy sentence whether he provides a statement to the Allen County Probation or chooses to avoid providing a statement to the Allen County Probation Department. This reality also precipitated the defense to advise Richard to not participate in the process, aka, what fucking difference does it make? Get out of here. Don't talk to me. I'm going away whether or not I talk to you or not, so. The defense provides this condensed sentencing memo considering the practical issues detailed in the previous paragraphs. Dismissal of counts 1 and 2. Also, I didn't realize this. I'm sure that it's been discussed before. I know that people have talked about the charges before, but like for some reason, they just kind of whoosh. They're so similar but different and convoluted and stupid that like it wasn't sticking until I read this. And it's insane. So here we have it. Double jeopardy prevents Mr. Allen from being sentenced on both his murder conviction and the felony murder conviction for Abby and Libby. Richard Allen was found guilty of 2 counts of felony murder for both victims and 2 counts of murder for both victims. 4 counts, 2 of murder, 2 of felony murder for the same crime. That violates the due process clause of the Constitution. However, the jury convicted Mr. Allen of both the murder and felony murder. An individual cannot be convicted and sentenced for both murder and felony murder where only one killing took place. Fucking duh. That seems to make sense. So why the fuck? Whatever. I don't know why anything surprises me anymore. When a jury finds a defendant guilty of both murder and felony murder of the same victim, the court must vacate the felony murder conviction and enter judgment solely on the murder conviction. Therefore, Mr. Allen requests the court vacate his convictions for felony murder and enter judgment solely on counts 3 and 4. That seems reasonable. It's fucking duh, Nick, but it's also a fucking duh, Ange. Lesser included. Right, Miku? Y'all are so smart. Lesser included. One or the other, y'all. Pick one, Nick. Fucking duh. A fucking duh, y'all. Where are you guys? Clearly not in Crevin. I always suspect something unexpected to happen. Yeah. True that. we all have we're all just saturated in Delphi trauma at this point. So statutory mitigating factors. Now, Andrea Burkhart tweeted that none of this fucking matters anyway. I agree with her. Mitigating factors be damned. Gull is not going to consider any of them. But, and I agree with this, I felt this way with Karen Reed, and I felt this way with that other recent case with the guy that killed the guy in the subway. I don't want to get into it. Don't come in here with some bullshit. It was murder. I don't care what anyone says. Don't want to talk about it. But the state pulls bullshit all the time. They're like, okay, well, if you can't convict them on this, then how about you convict them on this instead? We give you a plethora of options. We give you a charcuterie board of charges. It's like, no. Fucking make your argument, prove your case, or don't. But you don't get to just like, so weak, man. That's weak sauce. Generational trauma. Yes, hedging their bets, for sure. Mullen probably lost them already. Probably. Number 1, the person has no history of delinquency or criminal activity, or the person has led a law-abiding life for a substantial period prior to commission of the crime. Richard Allen has no prior criminal history, and he maintains his innocence on this charge. Richard's lack of any prior criminal history is a mitigating factor. Number 2, imprisonment of the person will result in undue hardship to the person or the dependents. He was the main breadwinner for the household before he was arrested and sent to Westville without a hearing or attorneys present. I like that they keep including this. Are y'all picking up on what they're laying down? They're like, by the way, did we mention y'all locked him up without an attorney and without hearing? His imprisonment has created and will continue to create a hardship on his wife of 30 plus years, Kathy Allen. Non-statutory mitigating factors. A number of non-statutory mitigating factors exist in this case. Number 1, Richard Allen served in the United States Army National Guard for approximately 10 years, having enlisted when he was in high school. Number 2, Richard Allen has a long history of mental illness, having been treated for major depressive disorder and anxiety disorder throughout his life. His mental health condition was corroborated by the records of the Indiana Department of Correction, created during his intake process at the Reception Diagnostics Center, and again through the records created by his assigned mental health providers at the prison, as well as the independent neurological exam results generated by Dr. Polly Westcott. These records were introduced as evidence at various phases during the trial, and therefore, the defense requests that this court take judicial notice of the same. Bitch. The defense would further request that the court acknowledge the legitimacy of Mr. Allen's mental health condition in the guilty and sentencing order. In the guilty plea, I think he means, so obviously he's not pleading guilty. I think they mean in the guilty verdict in sentencing order is what I think they mean. I think that's what they mean. We know what they mean. The defense would further request the court acknowledge the legitimacy of Mr. Allen's mental health condition in the guilty plea and sentencing order, so that the Indiana Department of Correction is on formal notice of his condition when a determination is made as to how and where to confine Mr. Allen while his appeal pens. Remember that really cute, adorable order where legally it's the same technically? Okay, that makes sense, Miku. Remember when Gull was like, Mr. Allen doesn't have a serious mental illness. He just has major depression and anxiety. Are you a doctor? Are you the DSM-5? High truth and transparency. You're just in time to hear me clap for any Gull. So now they're like, correct your error, Gull, and acknowledge his mental illness formally. Because Richard Allen has to go back to the Indiana Department of Correction after sentencing, and he cannot be placed in an environment where seriously mentally ill prisoners are not to be kept. Are you the DSM-5? I'm not as fast as DB at this. Okay, bitch.
But the dude has coke dealer hair.
But the dude has coke dealer hair.
But the dude has coke dealer hair. Coke dealer hair.
Are you the DSM-5 because you need updated? Oh, show. Are you the DSM-5 because you need completely dismantled because you're entirely oppressive and not evidence-based at all, and you're just a mechanism to oppress people, and you're all political? Conclusion. Richard Allen maintains his innocence and looks forward to the appellate process, which he anticipates will include adjudication by a neutral, detached, and unbiased Tribunal, aka not Ugal. Richard Allen believes that he will be afforded due process under the law and will be permitted to present a full and complete defense at a future trial in this cause. For that reason, as well as all other reasons identified herein, Richard Allen, number 1, chose not to participate in the pre-sentence process, and number 2, will not be presenting evidence at the sentencing hearing outside of this memo. And number 3, his attorneys will be speaking and articulating arguments in a minimal fashion during the sentencing hearing. Sincerely, defense daddies. Cool beans. What do we think, y'all? Are you the DSM-5 because you hate minorities? Yup. His defense team are fabulous. I thought about going, but no point. Lynn, I totally hear you. I don't think Bob's going. I know Kathy Allen, we're hearing from the chat that Kathy's not going. Andrea's not going. Obviously, she's across the country. I don't think anyone should fucking go. Honestly. I don't even think Rick, more than anyone, I think Rick should not go. I can't wait. I think you're muted. Am I doing a mute? A concerned citizen is going, yes. Fuck yeah. Hi, concerned citizen. Love you. Bob decided during the live today that he's not going. Oh, okay. He's talking to Kathy. Y'all, if I lived within driving distance of this shit, granted, I'm a hyperfixator and obsessive, but I'd be at every single fucking thing, except for maybe this. No, I would be there. I'd be in the front row like this. Just like glaring, doing a glare. I wonder if Nick will have Coke dealer hair. He will, Regina, for sure. I heard Coke dealer hair will be included in the DSM bus. In the DSM 6. It should be. I would go. Don't feel like getting tased. I wouldn't go either. Will Rick be there tomorrow or can he skip it? I don't know. I hope and wish that he could skip it. We already know that he has nothing further to add than what's been stated in his memo. Lana says it's 4 hours from me. I'd rather watch paint dry. 4 hours I wouldn't say is like entirely feasible for, I would say like if I were like 3 and under, although I hate driving. I did a 10-hour drive by myself with Boone a couple weeks ago. My God, it was bad. Driving distance is a relative term. True. Exactly. Like for me, can't do it. Everything is within driving distance if you get a set of... Everything is within driving distance if you got a set of nuts on you. What? It'll be some bullshit for real. I don't want to go to jail. The canal's literally a minute from my store. Driving distance for me is literally 0. I don't think he can skip it in Indiana. There wasn't really paperwork filed to waive, but I may be wrong. Who wants to hear Kelsey speak? We can all do virtual glaring. I love your glare. The power. ADHD homies and driving is no good. I hate driving, y'all. Rick needs to... Nick needs to shave off that 70s porn stash and wash out the Coke dealer hair mess. Jeez. And get the guy an iron. I think Rick has to go because the families will be speaking. If you maintain your innocence vehemently, I don't understand why. Well, I'm sorry. Haven't we heard enough from them? What fucking else do they have to say? Seriously. What else could they possibly say that they haven't been saying incessantly, perpetually on Facebook, publicly, to media, through the state who works for them, essentially? Like, what else is there to say? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I would also rather watch paint dry than hear anything that has to be said tomorrow. I wouldn't mind hearing from Anna. I wouldn't mind hearing from Carrie. But let's be real. Let's be real. This is not our first day. This is not our first day on the job here. It is 3 hours and 45 minutes. I usually stop at a strip club with Lana. Lana, love you. I just want to hug her. I know. My heart breaks for Kathy. With the right playlist, I'll drive all day. Another news story will be fire, though, in the worst way. Truth and transparency. Haven't slept in days. Why? What's going on? I know who wants to hear Kelsey speak. Doug Carter. Will they be paying for SEAL Team 6 for security again? Seems like a lot since Goal only lets 5 people in the courtroom. You're absolutely right, Auntie Bev. I listened to one song over and over the whole time. That's so neurodiverge. Doing a neurodiverge. I do that too. Or I'll get like a playlist of like 5 or 6 and just over and over. I'll definitely be praying for Richard tomorrow. I'm pretty sure they're going to throw the book at him. I hope to God he's able to appeal his case. They have an innocent man in jail. Totally agree, Harley Ryder. He will appeal in every possible way imaginable until everything is exhausted. And even then, let's be real. We don't want Rick to spend a day in DOC because he shouldn't have to. No innocent person should have to. And we do have a lot of innocent people in jail, in prison in the United States. It's fucked. Abolish prisons. I'm just kidding. Kind of. Kelsey's probably too busy at Purdue studying forensic for literally nothing. They're going to be like the Gongalves family. Are they going to allow the jurors to speak after tomorrow, or can the corrupt judge keep them silent? I think jurors have been able to, I think that they've been allowed to speak, haven't they? I'm sure they've been told, threatened, coerced, bullied out of saying anything. Is Doug Carter going to man the presser? This will probably be his final. Oh, this is actually perfect because he's retiring in January. So this will be his final act of fuckery. This will be his final clown show. I'm fairly close. I don't know if I really want to go. I don't blame you, Steve. I wouldn't go if I were you. I mean, anyone who goes is a hero, and we love and support you. But also, if anyone's considering it and they're like, I don't feel like it, fuck it. Boycott. It's going to be brutal. Maybe Greeno will be there. Give words of wisdom. Oh, God. If I could do the... do like that gif. You know that they sentenced that man to 20-something years for that one incident. Granted, you can't attack a judge. We all know this. But he also has like a very, very documented, long-standing history of mental illness. So like 26 years. Fucking ridiculous. That's why we love you, woman doing Walhalla. DC. Doug Carter and Nick have been working on these speeches for years. Today's the day, all that. Yeah. You sure have, DB. Will the defense be able to bring up other evidence tomorrow or no? I don't think they will. I think they said they were pretty clear in their memo that like, this is all we're going to say. This is all you're going to get. We're not done with you yet, basically. We're going to appeal to the moon. So I don't think they're going to do anything tomorrow in terms of like new evidence. I think they'll save all of that for their motion to correct error, which certainly they will file. Whomst the fuck did they pay $70,000 for security? Whomst? Where's Hammy? Hope Hammy's okay. Everybody send Hammy good vibes right now. I'm scared he's still vulnerable to badly affected by family statements. I'm sad. Joanna, I agree. I agree. And you know, even in his psychosis, his confessions that weren't confessions, like they always involve like I wish I could say I'm sorry to the family. Like, oh yeah, that's a real remorseless fucking killer. No, that's an innocent man whose brain you've broken. Too soon. Never too soon. I take your advice about appellate court, Angie. Good. Angie keeps blasting my fabulous takes. Hell yeah. Think about this, everyone. If you didn't commit the crime, but you were convicted, you could damage your chances at an appeal by just cooperating with the state, even without accepting responsibility. 1,000 million billion percent, DB. Perfectly said. As always, this is why we pay DB the big bucks here at the R&M Productions channel. Although he's been using a lot of PTO lately, like a lot. It's weird. Sorry, it was me. I thought they said that he was going. I want to know how the families and the corrupt law enforcement can sleep at night knowing they sacrificed their own granddaughter for money. I don't know. Oh, this is also a really good point. Mavhawk says, don't be so sure. Doug Carter still has time to fuck up Flora even further. Good point. That is a good point. I'm so behind. Is Mama Gritty going? I don't remember if she said she was going or not. They don't like you to maintain your innocence when you're found guilty. They think you must submit to the finding of a jury that thinks a fired bullet and an unfired one can be compared. Yeah, I don't want to leave anything up to that jury. Will Jeff be there? I hope so. I was thinking about Jeff today. Apparently, we're not going to get anything tomorrow, so sorry, Jeff. Meaning, there are probably people who haven't cooperated who have had it held against them and then went on to lose their appeals. I wish they'd stream it on YouTube so we could dominate the comments. Can y'all imagine? Like, part of me is like, obviously, there's no way that they'd ever let anything be public because we would, y'all. Man. How much do you think they hate all of us? Scale of 1 to 10. One day you'll know what we know. Well, Dougie Carter, the only thing we know now is that you don't know how to spell the name of 6 dead Indiana girls. Get fucked, Doug Carter. Yeah. He was severely mentally ill and a repeat offender, but they should have given him the psych hospital. You're talking about the guy that attacked the judge, right? Miku, totally agree. Yeah, we can't be attacking judges. We can't be violent, even if we are mentally ill. However, sometimes our mental illness results in impulsive, erratic behavior. There's Luigi, y'all. Luigi. I'm not saying I condone murder, but he is fine as... He's fine. I don't care what anyone says. That man is fine. That boy is fine AF. Okay. They sentenced Matt Cox to 26 years for signing some paperwork. Hi, Gilletta. Oh yeah, DB, that's the... You should do a what am I trying to say? You should do a breakdown of that Matt Cox case. I think it's very interesting. Blew my mind. The family is not speaking till after the sentencing outside, and I question Rick being there because Kathy would be there to support him. I don't think he'll be there. He's definitely not going to be there afterwards. Marianne, that's a great point. But yeah, he's definitely not going to be there afterwards because he's going to be remanded to the custody of DOC for the rest of his natural life, essentially. So what? The family's not going to give victim impact statements in front of him? That's pretty cowardly. Is it because they know that they railroaded an innocent man with psychosis? Fucking cowards. I think that's exactly why the sentencing in the trial was private. They knew we would flood them with the truth. Steve says, supporting you as always. Thank you, Steve and Angel. Y'all are the best. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh, I'm way behind in the chat. I don't want to hear the family statements because that's torture to an innocent man. Absolutely, Teresa. We love Hammy. I'm watching for motion on James Luttrell's case. Awesome, Brad. Can you and R&M show the actual photos real quick they showed the jury at trial? I need to check something. I don't think we have them. Ouch. The unfired round. You're the best. The state is the snake. Good point, Mavhawk. It was someone I don't know. Did Carter tell us about the tentacles? Hey, Snarky Sass Angel, what's happening? Yeah, they don't hate us as much as we hate them. Good point. You a 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do they hate us? Mandy says 1,000. M says 1,000. DB says me a 10. They hate me a 10. Yeah, I agree. They make some great key fobs for car keys that record. Oh, interesting. Nobody, nothing. Interesting. Gritty's dog did an accidental bite onto her. The universe is conspiring against the Grits. Oh my God, no. Fine ass fuck. Mom was about to be pen pal. I'm unassuming and can be really nice in person, even people I've been rude to say I'm sweet. Ricky agreed. Fine as fuck. Hot and hate CEOs, my kind of guy. On a 1 to 10, they hate us 20. I wish Brad and Baldwin and Rosie would give Rick noise-canceling headphones so he doesn't have to listen from people who know damn well he ain't the one. Where is the family speaking? Sarah, they will be speaking at the Wabash and Erie Canal Interpretive Center in Delphi, 30 minutes approximately after the conclusion of the sentencing hearing tomorrow. WTHR is airing some Delphi special bullshit tonight. I'll see if it's worth the watch. Thank you, Gilletta. Let us know. Papa George, Brennan's alter ego, says he won't be there tomorrow, I don't think. I hope he's not. If we don't believe in violence, why are we involved with so many wars? Good question, Teresa. DB, you can take that one. Hey, Ange, I'm so happy to see you're still covering this crazy case. I will cover this case until Rick Allen is a free man, until him and Kathy are living off the grid in Montana or fucking who knows where, just fishing, hanging out, living their life, being totally unbothered by the state of Indiana. That's when I will stop covering this case. I'm glad you're here. Murder is a little red flaggy, but yeah, Luigi got the lore. Yeah, murder is a little bit red flaggy. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. A shot to the a fatal shot in the back. Not my favorite, but he's fine. I wonder if the documents will be unsealed. Hey, Brockett. Good to see you. Big Lots just announced 500 layoffs without severance, and the first thing people are doing is posting his $14 million salary this year in the comment section on Facebook. Luigi is in us all. Big Lots CEO salary. Seth fucking Marks. Documents will not be unsealed, says Miku. You're probably right. Big Lots just announced. This is crazy. I mean, it was really interesting watching that press conference. When was that? Whenever they announced Luigi's terrorism enhancement, the New York City what was it? Manhattan DA. And that woman, I think she was the commissioner. Right? She was the police commissioner? Pretty sure she's the police commissioner. But they were like scolding the public, doing a scold upon the public. She was like, there are members of the public. She was like holding a picture of something. I don't know if it was like the dead CEO or Luigi, but she was like, there are people that are celebrating and supporting this. Like, lady, chill. You're literally scolding 40% of the public. That's like too high a percentage of people for all of them to be wrong and bad. Like 40%, you're ready to, you want to ostracize 40% of your constituents? Okay, lady, do your thing. I'm 99% sure Goal said it has 40 times she'll never allow the transcript. Yeah. His $14 million salary. DB says that's his salary. You could buy everything in all the Big Lots in the United States for $14 million. Yeah. I understand why people run from Indiana State Police. Me too, Buddy Rich. That's why they have so many vehicle pursuits. Why are we still doing vehicle pursuits, by the way? They're so weird. They're such, they think they're a bunch of cowboys. They're really just a bunch of fucking pigs. I love how they think they're entitled to tell people how to feel. I know. More people support Luigi's actions versus literally law enforcement even existing. The more they make it a production, the more it elevates Luigi. They're so dumb at this. Bragg did so bad too. Yeah, he did. He really did. We're talking about Luigi, y'all, by the way. Sorry. Hi, Ange. Just got here late. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Everyone says it's because of money, 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 money. Just Judge Jessica, they gave me content for show with the Hannibal perp walk. ISP are just glorified DOT police now, Department of Transport. Yeah. ISP is a lot like, I feel like they're like New York State troopers. New York State police really are just like highway and road, you know. I mean, they have like units, but like they don't even pretend they're not, though. They're not up there doing like, oh, the New York State police. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. They're just finna check your registration and do a donut. I once had a New York State police trooper run me off the Taconic State Parkway for no reason. I wasn't even doing anything. So rude. I was like, how old was I? I was in college. I was like 19. I was so naive. I called the whatever non-emergency line and reported it, and they're like, "Okay, we'll get back to you." Angela. What's the difference between a trooper and a patrolman? I don't know. Okay, so it was like, I think I was driving home for Christmas break. I was on the Taconic, and I don't know, no one in here probably knows what Taconic is, but it's like it goes from New York City to like, it goes up to like past Albany area, just like a long road. It used to be a carriage road for horses back in the day, and then they turned it into a parkway. It's paved. Obviously, it's a road. It's paved. Okay, but it's like super, super windy. And I'm pretty sure it makes a couple like Seinfeld appearances. They're like driving on the Taconic. It's like basically how you get from New York City to anywhere. And I was driving home and I was just minding my business. They had just plowed. It had snowed. So there's like snowbanks on either side. So it was even narrower. And I was going like the speed limit. Hi, Matt. I just heard the strip club coming. Extra wide lanes episode. It was the episode where they had the mail truck full of blood. I think that's what it was. Or maybe when they were returning all the bottles and cans. I can't remember. Papa George, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker, Papa George. I appreciate you. Truth and Transparency says, I've not slept because I'm watching surveillance cameras. Where? Do you need a team? Do you need help? We love to do a surveillance here. Matt Sullivan, I love you. Merry Christmas, friends. Merry Christmas, Matt Sullivan. We call them motorways in Cyprus, like when they pointed the lines in the Adopt a Highway program. Yes, when they painted the lines, exactly. Anyway, I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, road cops. Lana has been killing it on the Brian Drake. Yes, she has been. Truth and Transparency, $9.99 super sticker. Thank you, Lana. You shouldn't have. I appreciate you. We're just going to exchange super stickers until we're dead. You're the best. Merry Crankmas. This is our official holiday expression. Merry Crankmas. I'm watching Bob on mute. I have him on mute in the background. And I'm not sure. So they're streaming something. Everyone is still outside, though. Like, remember the Hasidic Jews this morning and, like, the Luigi hat people on Lana's live? They're still out there. What are they doing? Or is this from earlier? Merry Crankmas. Hi, Luke. I miss you. I'm glad you're here, Luke. I feel like after trial, a lot of our regulars fell off, understandably. I know Courtney is on a YouTube fast and a YouTube diet because of how depressing life is, or life got after the conviction was handed down. Very depressing. So we've been missing a couple of our regulars, but it's been nice to see some people trickle back. No hard feelings. We will be here when y'all are ready to come back. Troopers have statewide authority. Yes, Cindy, you're so right. The Hasidic cosplayers. What's up, Luke? Merry Christmas stream for us that can't go anywhere. Oh, Merry Christmas stream. Interesting. So this year, my Christmas, I'm going to do a really quiet Christmas with like 2 family members, our choice. We do a Christmas, and I don't know, maybe we'll do a Christmas week. We talked about it on Thanksgiving Eve about how holidays are like kind of shitty as an adult a lot of times for a lot of people. If you don't live around your family, if you're grieving a loss of a family member. I am a big supporter of family of choice. Maybe we'll do something. Hi, Grady. How are you? I heard that you got injured. Yeah, I hope you're okay. Is that what normal people do? I don't have friends. You just my friend. Y'all are my friends. It was extremely depressing. It makes it better to talk about it. I agree with you. Glad you're here, True Grit Crime. Can somebody link Gritty's channel? I don't want to do a Bob and yell at the mods, but if I try and pull up YouTube, I'm going to crash my stream because of the Rams, so I can't do it. The Taconic's no joke. People go in 80. There's 2 inches on either side, so narrow. Vroom, vroom. Let me know who can do behind the scenes stream to show you all the footage. So if y'all are interested in helping Lana, can you give us a little rundown of what it is exactly that you're watching so that we can get some of our crank friends who want to help over there to help you out, because it sounds fun. Fuck Indiana, except Murky. Thank you, Miku and Heather. Y'all are the best. Jill says, I'm skipping Christmas. I've been bad any fucking way. Gritty's good. Okay, good. If anybody wants to hop on, you can hop on. This is True Grit Crimes channel. Go subscribe for the best recaps of hearings and trial and everything. Family of choice? You mean like the Aryan Brotherhood or like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? No, DB. Not exactly, although I guess technically that would qualify too. Thank you, woman. This is my link tree with all my links. I need to add more links. I need to add my OnlyFans. Miku says, I wish I could skip Christmas. I get to go spend a week in Utah. Say more, Miku. Tell us about it. DB, don't bring up more. It's funny that he just said the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and Miku's like, I have to go to Utah. Don't bring up more Mormons when I have to go spend time with them for a week. Scientology, DB. Trial for the Moore Drake case is in 6 weeks. Help with the timeline, DB. Okay. Everybody go hit up Lana. How should they hit you up? What's the best way to get in touch with you if they want to help with timeline building? I don't know anything about that case except what I've watched on your channel, which obviously has been helpful, but I really need to do like a, I need to go back to your earlier episodes on it. Scientology DB. Super chat is too tough to type easily. I need 6 to 7:30 p.m. timestamp for all movements from 2 cameras that butt up to each other to watch both ends of Banner's Ferry. Well, that's very specific, and we have volunteers on the ready. Just let us know the best way to connect y'all. Oh, I know what I was going to show you. Luigi Manion leaves court in Pennsylvania after waiving extradition. Do we think that this man, he's not going to Rikers? No way they put him in Rikers, right? They're going to put him in Rikers. Bob is doing a Luigi. I'll email you. Perfect. Awesome. Bob is doing Luigi. So this is literally nothing. I made this thinking it was going to be helpful because I was like, oh, this is like a long sentencing doc. No, it's not. It was short. But I made a bullet point. I did a bullet point. Phoebe says he's going to MCC. MCC, for those that don't know, is the Metropolitan Correction Center in New York. No, it's not. He's not going there. He can't go there, can he? Yeah, he can. I thought it was closed. Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Yeah, that's where Diddy's at. That's probably where he's going to be, right? But people are like, he's going to Rikers. He's not going to fucking Rikers. Stop. You wish he'd go to Rikers, you bloodlusters. Where he at? Where you at, Luigi? Did I miss it? True Luke, oh my god. Phoebe's 100% right for thinking MCC as he usually is. Oh, that's so nice. I love when my boys compliment each other. They're nice to each other. Okay, guys, maybe I'm stretching. A guy named Daniel R. Allen Apeda looks exactly like Bridge Guy. Ears, eyes, nose, head and shoulders, knees and toes, 13 miles from Delphi. Who wants to do a Google? Look him up on Tippecanoe County sex offenders. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Yeah, and she's hot, yes. But he has some ideologies that are like when you slept. True. Nobody's perfect. None of us can be completely in line with our values and ideologies all the time. Sometimes we do an oops. I think the state will let the feds go first. Oh my gosh, Ashley, I was just thinking about you when I was talking about how depressed we all were after Rick got convicted. Why are my notifications not working? I didn't see y'all live until 4 hours in. I missed these streams. Can I get a formal notification via carrier pigeon from here on out? I will personally notify you. For sure. Everybody, make sure your notifications are turned on. I want to get Chat GPT to start talking in DB's voice, but it won't do it. Yeah, I know. Bloodlusters definitely want him in Rikers. Marianne says, stop it. I can't. Can't stop, won't stop. I watched FBI Most Wanted on Tuesday night, and there was a corrupt sheriff and deputies that were called the Electric Company, and it reminded me of the shady good old boys from Carroll County, says Skeptic Curiosity. Interesting. The Electric Company. The Electric Company. What a funny name. FBI Most Wanted, Season 6, Episode 8. Oops. The cop had mid-D. He has glasses in the picture, but the similarities are uncanny. What was his name again? Wannabe bodybuilder? For people that want to do a Google, people that want to do docs. Y'all are the only people I like virtually or physically. Same. We've all made bad choices before. Just got to make sure your ideologies are a bit malleable. I share it on X often. Steve is always sharing. He's the best. Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to share this again. Our friend Angela, not me, not the other Angela, but this is hashtag Army of Angelas. Our friend Angela could use our support. I meant to share this every stream. I think I forgot to share it yesterday, but Angela and her family went through something terrifying. Somebody, during a home robbery, her son was shot 3 times. The shooter is still on the run. He lost a kidney, has severe lacerations to his liver, and spinal damage threatening his ability to walk. He has a long road of recovery ahead of him. very expensive medical bills. This is the GoFundMe page. If y'all cannot donate, that's okay. Share it, and then share it again, and share it everywhere. We love you, Angela. Oh, here it is. Update number 1. I don't know when. Oh, yesterday. We got an update yesterday from the organizer, Stephanie. Joshua is making strides towards getting better. He's able to walk a little at a time with some assistance. This is still an ongoing investigation, so please understand only so much can be shared. We're thankful for every thought, donation, and share. That's really good to hear. Thank goodness. I've been too anxious to be on Twitter lately. I don't know why, but I know you always come through, Steve. It's valid to be anxious of Twitter. I went on today and had a few good conversations, then a bunch of psychos decided to be awful. Why do they do that? Why do they have to ruin everything? Weirdos ruin everything. Luke is a Gemini expert. That's why we haven't seen him. He's busy building 2.0. Yeah, people do want to really trust law enforcement. Luigi Manion in court, preliminary hearing. This can't be live, right? He's done, I thought. He's done for the day, right? I could easily just pull it up, but. $174 people. Hey, 174 people. Is there anything that we've not talked about tomorrow? Sentencing hearing. Oh, there's Luigi's attorney. I could be streaming this myself for y'all, but I'm not. Should I? I think he's about to say something. I'll probably crash my thing, but let me try. Luigi Mangione. I can't start a new case. Understandable, Estrella. Totally understandable. I was going to do a Kentucky again during today, and I'm like, I don't think I should overlap Delphi and the Kentucky case, Letcher County case, because I feel like maybe a Delphi doesn't want to do another case. And I don't blame anyone for that. It's a lot. This little man is so cool. This little attorney. He's like a powerhouse attorney too. I did a Google. He's like, no joke, but he's funny. He reminds me of like a little, what the fuck's his name from Goodfellas? Except he's nicer. Two Utes. Somebody in the chat on Bob's channel said 2 Utes. Yeah, what's his name? My cousin Vinny. The PA one. Yes, Miku, the PA attorney. Why won't my shit work? He got someone off murder who was like literally caught on camera. All right, I like those odds. Okay, here we go. Luigi Mangione. Utes.
Brian Thompson. Luigi Manion could face 4 federal charges on top of the 11 state charges in New York. He's on his way back to the state where prosecutors say he gunned down the United Healthcare CEO after waiving extradition. You might see Mangione in Manhattan in front of a judge as early as later on today. So let's go now to CBS News correspondent Nicole Valdez outside the courthouse in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. Nicole, thank you for joining us. Can you go over what happened inside the courtroom and Luigi Mangione's demeanor during all of this?
Hi, Liz. Yeah, Luigi Manion today, a lot calmer than what we saw his first time he made an appearance here at the Blair County Courthouse. He actually seemed almost comfortable. We saw him exchanging smiles and laughs with his attorney throughout the 2 hearings we watched unfold today, swaying in his chair, really unfazed by the amount of people that were in the gallery behind him. And let me tell you, it was a zoo in there. So many people, standing room only at one point. Not only, of course, media from across the country, but even spectators who traveled across state lines to be here and see Mangione in court and in person. Now, sitting right behind Mangione was a line of about 15 NYPD officers, likely they are ready to transport him to that state as soon as that extradition hearing wrapped up. So what we saw happen today was a couple of things. They discussed some of the court proceedings in terms of those Pennsylvania charges, which we know are the weapons and forgery charges. But then we had a big gap between the hearings where we were expected to hear whether or not he planned to fight his extradition back to New York, about a half hour or so, where we saw both his defense attorney and the prosecution for the Commonwealth go back and enter the judge's chambers. It looks as if they had quite the discussion there and maybe discussed some kind of agreement. When they emerged and came back into the courtroom, we saw Mangione's defense attorney, Thomas Dickey, there have a very animated conversation with him, likely about what they discussed. Court clerks brought that waiver, and it was basically said and done. The judge ordered that he would then be remanded to NYPD's custody, and he is on his way there right now, Liz.
Right away, he was put into an SUV and then later a small plane.
Thanks for joining us on WTHR Plus for our special on the Delphi Murders case. Just a couple months shy of 8 years from when Abby Williams and Libby German disappeared and were later found murdered near the Monon High Bridge in Delphi, the man convicted of killing them is being sentenced. Richard Allen was found guilty of the killings by a jury after a nearly 3-week trial. Allen, now in his 50s, faces a sentence of somewhere between 45 and 130 years in prison. Here now is a look at how this case developed since that cold February day in 2017.
On February 13th, 2017, Libby and Abby disappeared. The next day, their bodies were found.
The hope among hundreds of searchers turned to heartbreak. Well before authorities announced that 2 bodies were found, the faces and tears of firemen, lawmen, and volunteers told the tragic outcome.
We are investigating this as a crime scene. We suspect foul play. We have not made positive identification of the 2 bodies.
The bodies were found shortly after noon outside of town along the banks of Deer Creek, about 3/4 of a mile upstream from the teenager's last location. A Snapchat photo taken by Libby German put her and her friend Abby Williams on the abandoned Monon High Bridge. Mike Patty.
Same person, and we just want to make sure that
mile from the Monon High Bridge, and there was a 40 cal.
What the fuck is this? I started playing it because it was posted 2 hours ago. It's called Delphi Murders Sentencing Preview. This is just like a rehash of what? The fuck is this? Okay, so this is like a recap of the case. Lots of family, Supreme Court, Judge Gull. This is probably like a good, whatchamacallit, like overview, I guess, for anyone who wants a recap, but looks pretty propagandy. Oh, look who it is. Deputy Dookie. So they're putting Luigi in a plane. God, they love to make a fucking spectacle of shit, you know? Like, it's so embarrassing. Do we have to make a spectacle of everything? The answer is yes. If we are the police, we have to. Lieutenant Dookie to you. Lieutenant Dan Dookie. Okay, so Mangione leaves Blair County, PA, gets on a plane. And there you have it, folks. So that's it. He waived his extradition, and that's it. Okay. Most people like a spectacle. Steve says, Angie, I hope and pray that Flora gets solved. Those poor little girls. Me too. I don't have a lot of hope for anything getting solved in Indiana. The only reason they contested was to get him enough time to get attorneys. That makes sense. Y'all, it's been fun. I think I'm probably going to go because I don't have a whole lot more to say. And Boone is making noise, so we need to go for a walk. But we are going to be back here tomorrow. Probably I have to do work. I have to work. But we'll probably do a stream around noon tomorrow, noon or 1, to talk about, to talk about the hearing, sentencing hearing. So we will talk tomorrow. And I linked the document in the description. Love y'all. We will be here tomorrow. Yes, Estrella. And talk to you soon.